Guys, just a quick update on the welding here. I've got the top part of the plenum all fixed up. So all this was all rusted out and I've replaced it. I'm reasonably happy with how it's come up actually. I just need to do maybe a slight little bit of filler on sort of the lower parts here where the welds have undercut a little bit. But overall it's not too bad. I mean, I'm not the greatest welder in the world, but I'm pretty happy with how it's come up. And of course it'll be deoxidined and PIR15 at the back, so probably should never weld out here assuming the prep's done properly. But it did take a lot longer and it was a bit more hassle than what it should be because of one reason. I bought these off the internet. This is for the other side, I haven't done that yet. These are listed as a replacement rust panel for the scuttle in these Holdens. Okay? Now, if you take a look, if you can see it, look at the profile there and see how it's quite sharp. Now if I show you the replacement panel, look at that. Just about every contour on this rust panel is wrong. So I took a fair bit of hassle actually tightening up all the angles and getting everything to actually fit. It's also actually too wide across the top here. And so you might not be able to see the seams, but I actually had to do a couple of slices down through here with my angle grinder and pull in this side of the plenum to make it all fit. I mean, it's still not 100% perfect on this little bit here, but it's a hell of a lot better than what it would have been. So I'm rather unimpressed about these. In my opinion, you shouldn't call them repair panels. They should be sort of metals with shape. You know, it's pretty crap. But on the other side, so yeah, I didn't realise that until I'd cut this part out, so I had to use this line. On the other side, I've sort of gotten around that problem in that I'm actually able to use this part here. Okay, the inside of this isn't rusted out as bad as it was on the other side, so I'm able to get around that by just taking the top out of this. And actually, this part of it isn't too bad. Like the curve is slightly wrong, but at least the profile is a hell of a lot better than what's here. I mean, this is just a joke, really. I couldn't believe that, you know, this when I actually got it in the mail. But I've got it now, so I might as well use it. And like, you know, it's pretty shoddy. Like if you'd need a fair bit of work just to tidy up this panel. You might as well start from a flat piece of steel if you know what you're doing. But yeah, pretty happy with how it's coming along. The only other thing is I'll show you. This is the rusty bit that I've cut out of here. And I thought this was quite funny. If you look at the back of it, you can see these little blobs here. That's where someone's trying to, previously when they tried to fix up this area, they tried to put a blob of weld where all the holes were, where the rust is coming through. And then they, of course, you can see a little bit of the filler left over here, and they've just put the filler straight on top of it. But you know, the rust continues all the way back from where these holes are, and of course it's pretty bloody shit over there. I think one of the main reasons why they rust here is this part of where the window is really it's sort of a low spot across the entire length. And of course, once you get a bit of dirt and dust and stuff settling down here, and the water gets in, I mean, it just traps moisture. So you know, it's yeah, no wonder they rust out here the whole time. But you know, it's coming along. Maybe I'll have the other side done by today. We'll just see how we get on. Cheers. Righto guys, I'll show you a wee trick. This is the other side of the top plenum. I've tacked in this part of the rust panel. This is the bit, you know, the one that I bought online, and of course once again I have to spend a fair bit of time making all the shapes right, all the profiles. So now I've got sort of this part to do, and there's a bit under here underneath this piece of card that I am making a rust repair piece out of a flat piece of steel. And one trick I've found, an easy way of figuring out the shape that you need to do. So take a piece of card. These are wee magnets. You can get these from any hardware store. Just use that. That will be able to hold your card in place. Done one on either end. And then you take sort of, I don't know, what do you call these? Pick hammer. Get any part of a sort of panel beating kit. And you just lightly tap around where the edges are. and that'll make a little cut or a little indent, I've done it all across the top of here, on what the shape of the inside part of this piece is. So that way you can then cut it out, transfer that to a piece of metal, piece of steel, and then you've got your new piece, and it's exactly the right shape of what needs to go in. So there you go, just a quick tip. So